Hello, my name is Ramanouski, Ambassador of Belarus to Indonesia. I would like to wish all Indonesian citizens a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year, and extend my best wishes of good health, happiness and prosperity in the next year. Selamat pagi, good morning, dear colleagues. Thank you very much for coming here to the Embassy of Belarus in Indonesia. Indeed, I have arrived to Indonesia 1 year ago, exactly, and this was a very busy year for me in many ways. Here in Indonesia, it was a very important period as you had elections. The Indonesian people elected president, vice president, members of parliament, heads of regional authorities, and taking this opportunity, I would like to extend my heartfelt congratulations to His Excellency Prabowo Subianto, the President of Indonesia, Vice President Raka Buming Raka, all deputies, all elected officials and members of government, and wish them every success in their activities for the benefit of the friendly Indonesian people. In Belarus, we also had an important year, as we had parliamentary and local elections earlier this year, which allowed to form the Parliament of Belarus and the All Belarus National Congress convened for the first time in its constitutional capacity. Next year will be the year of presidential election in Belarus, which are scheduled for the 26th of January 2025. The election campaign has already started. Currently, we are at the stage of registration of candidates, and the Belarusian authorities will do their utmost to make sure that the elections are held orderly, transparently, and in full accordance with our national legislation. Usually, the elections are monitored by numerous national and foreign observers, and also covered by national and foreign journalists. For me personally, it was a busy year because I presented my letters of credence in all 4 countries of my accreditation, and also to ASEAN. Here in Indonesia, it was a very good period, as I could make many friends from all walks of life, and I hope that these contacts will help me to promote relations between Belarus and Indonesia in the future. Thank you for your very good question. Actually, Belarus is trying to develop tourism in my country. Last year, for example, in 2023, about 6 million tourists came to Belarus from Russia and from other countries, altogether about 150 countries. And we are trying to develop and to offer different types of tourism. Tourists can come and see our natural reserves. In Belarus, we have a lot of parks and natural reserves, like, for example, Belovezhskaya Pushcha, which is a pristine medieval forest in the western part of the country, which has a unique European bison's population. But also we have marshes in the south, which play an important role in the ecosystem of the planet, of our planet. We are developing also recreational tourism. People can visit numerous castles, monuments, which reflect the rich history and culture of Belarus, because they combine different styles like Gothic style, Renaissance, Baroque, Rococo, classical, neoclassical, a mixture of styles that really reflects different influences throughout the history. We are developing medical tourism, which could be of interest for the Indonesian citizens, because in Belarus we provide healthcare services on the treatment of numerous diseases, and services for the improvement of health. People come to Belarus from neighboring countries, and our health resorts are very popular. And there are many other, like gastronomical tourism, hunting, and other types of tourism that would be of interest for the Indonesian citizens as well. We in Belarus, in order to attract foreign tourists, we extended visa-free regime for the citizens of 76 countries, including Indonesia. It means that Indonesians do not need a visa if they want to come to Belarus and stay up to 30 days in the country, with the one exception that if they fly from Russia, then they would need visa because we don't have border controls between Belarus and Russia. But otherwise, the embassy of Belarus is ready to facilitate and answer all the questions should the Indonesian citizens have regarding stay in Belarus. We in the embassy of Belarus in Jakarta are trying to promote different spheres of cooperation between Belarus and Indonesia. We will work on the promotion of study in Belarus, which could be of interest for Indonesian students. This is a quite popular destination for many foreign students. Currently we have around 30,000 foreign students in Belarus. We have good universities providing education in STEM, medical disciplines, IT disciplines, and other spheres that could be of importance for the Indonesian economy. But also we will promote exchanges in the areas of healthcare. I talked about it already, different tourist destinations. I think that it would be very useful if the Indonesian companies in the sector of tourism could reach out to the embassy of Belarus, and I welcome them to come to the embassy. We were ready to explain what are the benefits and possibilities for visiting Belarus. And also, if they could reach out to the companies in Belarus in the tourist sector and come up with affordable and attractive packages of proposals for the Indonesian citizens who want to come as tourists to Belarus. Thank you very much. The relations between the Republic of Belarus and the Republic of Indonesia are characterized by the spirit of friendship and mutual understanding. We enjoy a long-standing relationship. The diplomatic relations we established over 30 years ago. The embassy of Belarus in Jakarta was opened in 2011. In 2013, a bright page in the history of our bilateral relations was written during the visit of the President of Belarus to Indonesia, Alexander Grigorievich Lukashenko. And this visit gave a significant boost to the development of our bilateral relations in various spheres. We signed a number of agreements and MOUs allowing to develop sectoral cooperation, trade and economy exchanges. Currently, Belarus and Indonesia develop a very good economic cooperation. Belarus, together with Indonesia, received the status of partner country in BRICS, which creates additional points of interest, common interest, and we are looking forward to the development of very constructive cooperation and enhanced contacts with the new government, new administration in Indonesia. Earlier this year, we managed to sign the agreement on mutual recognition of halal certificates between Belarus and Indonesia, and I hope that this will help us to promote more mutual trade in products with better access to our markets. Indeed, Belarus is famous for its culture and arts, and the us, culture is the spiritual expression of the soul of the Belarusian people. We in Belarus, we are peace-loving people. We are generous Belarusians, are very hard-working people, and also they are attached to family values. We are ready to share everything we have with our friends and people who come for our help. In Belarus, we preserve our cultural traditions like folk songs, folk dances, and rituals and traditions. Some of them are included on the list of UNESCO Heritage, Intangible Heritage. One of the recent examples is the inclusion of Belarusian Vytinanka, or the art of paper cutting, on the UNESCO Heritage list. And I remember myself when I was a kid, we used to cut snowflakes from paper and decorate Christmas trees and windows of our houses. By the way, speaking about the winter, I can say there is a belief in Belarus that the residence of the Belarusian Santa Claus is located somewhere in the Belaverskaya Pushcha forest. And every year, thousands of Belarusian kids and with their parents come to visit the Belarusian Santa Claus in this location. And taking this opportunity, I invite also Indonesian citizens to come and enjoy this atmosphere, festive atmosphere in Belarus. Of course, I believe that the unique culture of both Indonesia and Belarus can be a very strong incentive for the people of our countries to come and visit. As for Belarus, for example, Indonesia is becoming more and more attractive tourist destination, and more Belarusians come to Bali, to visit Bali. Belarus is not so well known for the Indonesian citizens, but I am very sure that there are many things to discover and see in Belarus that would be of interest for Indonesians. For example, in Belarus we have 4 distinct seasons. Winter with its snow and frost, spring when the trees get green and the nature awakens, with hot summer, and autumn with different colors of red, yellow, green. Looks very, very beautiful. So different seasons in Belarus would be different, would be of interest for the Indonesian citizens, and the potential is very huge. The gastronomical tourism could be also very interesting, and I know that the Indonesian citizens love to taste different cuisines, and I'm sure they will find a lot of interesting in Belarus, in the Belarusian cuisine, which is a typical Eastern European cuisine with its own dishes like famous draniki, the potato pancakes. I would like to, first of all, say that Belarus considers Indonesia as a key partner for cooperation in the region of Southeast Asia. And I hope that Indonesia also can see in Belarus a reliable partner in our region. We want to develop fruitful cooperation with Indonesia in various spheres. Belarus has a lot to offer for Indonesian citizens. We have developed industry and agriculture. The experience of Belarus could be solicited in the development of the national economy of Indonesia. For example, if we take the issue of food security, which was of importance for Indonesia, we in Belarus managed to achieve self-sufficiency and resilience in the food sector several years ago, and we are ready to share it with our Indonesian friends. Belarus is one of the world leading producers of potassium fertilizers. and they are needed by the Indonesian farmers. We produce a lot of dairy products in Belarus, and they could be used in the free nutritious meals program, which is run currently by the government of Indonesia. There are possibilities for cooperation in many areas: education, study in Belarus, healthcare, culture, tourism. A lot of areas are waiting for more active cooperation, and I'm looking forward with optimism. One more point maybe that I can add in the economic, from the economic point of view. Next year, Belarus will be chairing the Eurasian Economic Union, which comprises also Russia, Kazakhstan, Kyrgyzstan, and Armenia. And currently, Indonesia negotiates the free trade area agreement with this union, and I hope that we support this negotiating process, and I hope that the process of negotiations will be finalized soon. And we are looking forward to more cooperation in the trade and investment field with Indonesia, and in other areas as well. Taking this opportunity, allow me to extend my best wishes of good health, happiness, and prosperity to all Indonesians on the eve of the new year. In Belarus, we have many festivals. Maybe one of the most popular and known is the Slaviansky Bazaar, Slavonic Bazaar. It's a song festival, which is usually held in the month of July, and people from different countries participate in this festival. I hope that Indonesian singers can also come one day and take part in it, and I think it will be very interesting for Indonesians to come and discover the songs of Belarus, but not only of Belarus, but from other countries in the region. Terima kasih banyak.